Republican Senator from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, joins us from the South Lawn of the White House. Senator, welcome back.
Thank you. The greatest show on earth, the Trump presidency, is quite an experience. I'm glad I was able to come.
Well, we knew there would be enormous production value to it. We know that he is a showman in many senses of the word. But of course, the Democrats are not impressed with the convention or the president. The former vice president, Joe Biden, saying this: instead of looking to calm the waters, he adds fuel to every fire. Violence isn't a problem in his eyes. It's a political strategy. And the more of it, the better for him. What say you, Senator?
I would say that all the violence is in cities run by Democrats who have tried to neuter the police. What you saw tonight was a very compelling speech by the president. I think he laid out the clearest choice that a free people will ever have between two candidates. An unapologetic view of America by Donald Trump. No hand-wringing by Donald Trump. We're the greatest country on earth. I'm going to keep it that way. Law and order versus chaos. The private sector versus the government. So it really was a choice speech tonight. If you're looking for a choice, President Trump gave you one. Joe Biden's trying to make it a referendum on Trump, the individual. And I think people are going to look at the choices they have. As to the week, in golf terms, this was a birdie for the Republican Party. I would say the Democrats had a par, not a bad convention, but this was outstanding. And I just say this finally, this was the strongest appeal in my lifetime as a Republican for the minority vote, for the African-American vote, for the Hispanic vote, and that makes me very proud as a Republican.
Yeah, and the RNC has taken criticism from the left for that, saying that people are being used as pawns or tokens in this. Republicans will argue that minorities are often being used as pawns or tokens. But on the other side, the accusations go both ways. Okay, so the DNC War Room tweeting this tonight, saying Trump is using the White House as a political prop during a pandemic with absolutely no social distancing, a clear visual for the American people of his coronavirus failures and endless corruption. Hashtag Trump chaos. I mean, you were there. How did it feel tonight?
Well, it felt great. I think the Democrats believe the only way you can get the coronavirus is for a bunch of Republicans to be together, that rioters can't pass it on to the people, that they're destroying their buildings and their businesses. This idea of the media covering riots where the whole town's on fire, mostly peaceful protest, is laughable. So it was a great event tonight. They're talking about things that really don't matter. And President Trump, I think, talked about things that really do matter. Do you really want to gut the cops and the police departments, given what you see in your streets? Do you really want to weaken the military at a time that is strong and we're safe? So from my point of view, I like Joe Biden, but he's no more charge of the Democratic Party than I am tall. And I think the president made a damning indictment of their manifesto, that they're going to give illegal immigrants free health care, decriminalize coming into the country. If they do that, the entire country will be overrun in 6 months. And I hope people are paying attention to the choices they have, because they really are stark and they're meaningful.
Well, you refer to Joe Biden as your friend. That's something that another friend of yours, the late Senator John McCain, did as well. There are now groups of former staffers and alumni who have worked with McCain, Romney, and others from different Bush administrations as well, who say they're coming together to endorse Joe Biden because he is a better fit for serving this country. You know, it's clear that the president did not get along with the late senator. You're close to both of them. What do you make of these endorsements by the McCain alumni?
Well, number one, I got beat by Donald Trump. I accepted my defeat, and I want him to be successful. And there are many people who signed the letter you talked about are friends of mine. But here's what I would say to them and to the country. If you're a Republican and you believe in a strong military, tell me a time that it's been stronger than it is right now. If you believe radical Islam should have been contended with and Joe Biden screwed up the Mideast, Donald Trump has destroyed the caliphate, got out of the Iran nuclear agreement. If you believe in conservative judges, we've got 200 and counting. We got 2 great Supreme Court justices. He did things that no Democrat could do, criminal justice reform. If you believe that NAFTA was a bad deal, the USMCA is a great deal. If you're looking for somebody to stand up to China by action, not rhetoric. Donald Trump has done it. So I would say to any Republican, you may not like what he says and how he says it, but I like his policies. He's put us on a path to prosperity and safety, and I'm looking at Donald Trump as the best hope to keep our military strong, to keep the country safe, and to rebuild the country after the virus. And there's a desire out there by some, and they're a very small element of the Republican Party, to ignore what I think is probably the most successful Republican presidency since Ronald Reagan. And the facts are the facts.
Senator, thank you for staying up way past your bedtime with us. It's always good to see you.
If I don't make it home, come send somebody to get me. Thanks.